by the concurrence by the Senate.
Correct.
Because we're already withdrawn from the treaty, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the only thing is that it takes effect only after 1 year, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
But as far as the community now part of the International Criminal Court is concerned, the Philippines has withdrawn, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
To rejoin, it is not to withdraw the withdrawal,
Yes, Your Honor.
but it is to sign
accede.
again
Yes, Your Honor.
and
To
accede, correct?
ratify again, yeah.
So you are too late.
That is the reason why, Your Honor, we are bringing this before this honorable court,
Yes,
Your
but
Honor.
it has already been communicated.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes,
But
so
the 1
it's
year,
either that you are premature or you are too late.
not yet, Your Honor, because the 1 year period has not yet lapsed, Your Honor.
Well, but it has already been a completed act of foreign policy, which is that there is a communication, and to the international community, there is no defect, correct?
That's correct, Your
Yes,
Honor.
it is only amongst us in the Philippines that you claim that there is a defect.
Yes, Your Honor.
And to the international community, we are already withdrawn,
That's correct, Your
correct?
Honor.
And by international law, in order to go back to that treaty, according to its provisions, the Rome Statute, there needs to be a signing again and a concurrence, according to you, the two steps.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, so you're too late.
And this
Court. Good afternoon, Your Honors. I am Attorney Romelo Regalado Bagaras, Counsel for Petitioners in Philippine Coalition for the International Criminal Court versus Executive Secretary, GR number 239483.
Okay, petitioner sila. O bibigyan ko kayo ng ano, no? Bibigyan ko kayo ng konteksto doon sa nangyari dito sa Pangilinan et al. Versus Cayetano et al. Ito kasi yung pagrereklamo nila doon kay Duterte noon. Doon sa pag-alis niya sa ICC. Okay? August 28, 2018 ito, Tuesday. So, noong mga panahon na ito, si Duterte pa rin yung presidente. Ano ba nangyari dito? Okay? Ito na yung ICC na ng ICC, yung mga tao, di ba? Tapos, membro pa tayo ng ICC noon. Ngayon, sabi ni Duterte, ayoko na sa ICC. So, diniposit nga ni ICC yung ating withdrawal sa International Criminal Court. Now, the petitioners here, kung maririnig nyo, yung salitang petitioner, sila yung pumunta doon sa Korte Suprema para questionin yung validity ng withdrawal ni Digong sa International Criminal Court without, International Criminal Court without the concurrence of the Senate. So, ito lang. Ganito kasimple. Okay? Ang pinag-uusapan dito, valid ba yung withdrawal without the concurrence of the Senate? Because, numero uno, okay, number one, if you want to become a member of the International Criminal Court, or you want to be part of a treaty, or the President wants to engage, okay, to be part of a treaty, ang Presidente ang magra-ratify dyan. Tapos, ika-concur ng Senate. Pagkatapos ma-ratify ng Presidente, number one, at number two, ma-concur ng Senate yan, it will be effective. That international law will be effective and binding in the Philippines. Ngayon, mga kabatas natin, kapag aalis ka naman, ang sinasabi nung mga petitioners dito, hindi pwedeng by himself, unilaterally, or alone, si Digong lang ang umalis sa International Criminal Court. Dapat meron ding concurrence ng Senate. Okay? To cut the story short, kasi hindi naman yun yung pag-usapan natin dito eh. Ang maganda pag-usapan dito sa oral arguments na ito at aaralin natin, yung nature ng ICC, okay? Yung tungkol sa international courts at international laws na diniscuss dito. Kasi nga, to shortcut, ang nangyari dito, sinabi ng Supreme Court sa dulo, ang chief architect ng ating international relations ay yung presidente pa rin. Yung pag-withdraw sa International Criminal Court o pag-withdraw sa kahit anumang treaty, hindi kailangan ng concurrence ng Senado. Because of course, like I said, it does not create any obligations. Okay? In fact, we will be freeing ourselves from obligations. Pag sasali ka kasi, magkikreate ng obligation yun sa Pilipinas, kaya kailangan i-ratify. I-ratify. Kailangan mag-concur yung Senate. Okay? Tuloy tayo. Ito, petitioner yung magsasalita.
Me are my colleagues, Attorney Gilbert Teruel Andres and Attorney Ray Paulo Santiago. Your Honors,
Yan.
I will
Yan si
argue...
Andres, yan yung yung kasama ni Conti na madaldalation din ngayon.
that the unilateral withdrawal by the President from the Rome Statute is invalid because it is unconstitutional. Meanwhile, Attorney Andres will argue why such withdrawal cuts or erases the protections provided by international law to citizens for violations of their fundamental rights. Finally, Your Honor, Attorney Santiago will provide the jurisdictional and procedural bona fides of the petition. Unless the Court has initial observations, may I now proceed with my presentation. May it please the Court. Thank you, Your Honors. Your Honors, we have three submissions for our case in regard to the validity of the unilateral withdrawal by the President from the Rome Statute. Our first submission: the Philippine unilateral withdrawal from the Rome Statute by note verbal is not valid, binding, and effectual from the point of view of constitutional law. And we have three arguments for the first submission, Your Honor. Our first argument: it is invalid because it bypasses the two-step procedure taken by the government for Philippine membership in the International Criminal Court. To recall, Your Honor, 1, the government through the Senate acceded to the Rome Statute. 2, upon accession, the executive through the DFA deposited the notice of accession with the UN Secretary General pursuant to Article 125, Paragraph 2 of the Rome Statute. Without Senate accession, the government could not go directly to the UN Secretary General to make a valid deposit of the notice of accession. Our second argument: by the acta contraire principle, accession and withdrawal are parallel actions requiring parallel procedures. A deaf dance involving a pair of dancing partners. In this
Mas
case,
maganda yata dito na tayo dumiretso sa dumiretso na tayo dun sa usapan mismo. Okay, ito. Dito na kay
And
Marvick
writes the
Leonen.
content. The President initiates and writes the content. Therefore, the President initiates the crafting and writes the content of that instrument which has the effect of law, correct?
that's correct, Your Honor.
Yes. The effect of treaty on domestic legislation, I think we need to qualify it a bit in order to be able to see how it relates to domestic law. Okay.
Very well, Your Honor.
International
Kung makikita nyo dito, nire-relate na yung international law sa domestic law nitong si Honorable Marvick Leonen.
law has traditionally affected the relationships of two states, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Insofar as the subject matter of international law, especially of treaties before, it was only between state to state, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor, as far as classical
Yes.
international is
And
concerned.
therefore, whenever there is a treaty under the old conditions, it only affects the roles of the representatives of the state vis-a-vis another state, correct?
Yes, Your Honor,
Yes.
as to the procedure, Your Honor.
And
that's
of
correct.
course, there is a possibility that the treaty will also affect the relationship of the citizen of another country sojourning or passing through the other state. Is that not correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
In which case, therefore, that treaty has effect only because it commits the host state to the other state as to how it will treat the nationals from the other state. Is that not correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay. The third situation is when a treaty, like a human rights treaty, has the effect of committing a state with respect to its behavior, with respect to its own citizens. Is that not correct?
Agree, Your Honor.
Yes. Tax treaties, are they of the first, the second, or the third kind?
Well, that concerns, usually tax treaties, Your Honor, has a bilateral nature.
Yes.
So it concerns, it
The
would
second.
concern
Yes.
simultaneously, Your Honor,
It affects whatever taxes that a boxer who boxes in the
Yes, Your
United
Honor.
States earns. Therefore, the treatment on income tax is dependent on the tax treaty. Is that not correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
VFA, visiting forces agreements,
That's correct, Your Honor.
also with respect to the second, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, with respect to the treaty that we are now considering, it has as its core obligations of the state vis-a-vis its nationals. Is that not correct?
Yes, and more, Your Honor.
And with respect to that, it internationalizes 4 sets of crimes. Is that not correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes. It creates not only an obligation, but also liability for the first time, correct?
Yes, as a
Well,
permanent
for
court,
some,
Your
but
Honor.
not all.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, and these 4 sets of crimes are genocide. The second is war crimes.
Yes, Your Honor.
The third is crimes
Crimes
against
against
humanity.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the third one is the crime of aggression.
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct?
Okay, yung crime against humanity, yun yung ano, di ba? Kay Bato.
Okay. So, with respect to these 4, it means that a state is committing that it will not commit all of these crimes vis-a-vis its own nationals. Is that not correct?
Yes, that's one part of the Rome Statute, Your Honor.
Yes, the Rome Statute. That is the core part, because International Criminal Court has a crime that it prosecutes, correct?
The most serious crimes, Your Honor.
Yes. Well, in terms of violations of the Geneva norms, it is not most serious but grave,
Yes, Your Honor.
correct?
And they have been...
in terms of The Hague, it is serious,
Yes, Your
not
Honor.
grave, correct?
That's correct, Your
In terms of crimes against humanity, it depends, correct? Yes, and there are, of course, the introduction lately in the Rome Statute of gendered crimes, which are not found in the Geneva Convention clearly or in the Hague Convention. Is
Yes,
that
Your
not
Honor.
correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So we have to qualify that. The point there is that here we have an obligation of the state vis-a-vis its nationals, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And with respect to the Rome Statute, before it was ratified by the Senate, there was already a law, correct?
Yes, 1 year
Yes.
before, Your Honor.
But there was a law.
Ito na yun, Republic Act 9851.
That's the
Before.
RA 9851, Your Honor.
Yes, which your group helped in negotiating, correct?
That's correct, Your
Yes, and Republic Act 9851, therefore, is a law which gave the President more powers to proceed to that.
Honor. Provided in Section 15
Now,
of
in
the law,
terms
Your Honor.
of Republic Act 9851, is there an acceptance of the procedures under the Rome Statute?
Yes, Your Honor, because the core crimes are there, Your Honor.
No procedures,
The procedures are not laid down
not
in...
laid down. In fact, there is only one specific provision in the Republic Act 9851 which refers to conventions and treaties which have already been ratified. Is that not correct?
That's in Section 15, Your
Yes.
Honor.
It does not mention the Rome Statute,
It
correct?
does not, Your Honor.
Republic Act 9851 was not the authorizing statute for the President to accede to the Rome Statute.
No, Your Honor, it's independent but complementary, Your Honor.
Yes. So, if Congress wanted to bind the future generations with respect to the remedies under the Rome Statute, it could have as easily provided in Republic Act 9851. Correct?
Well, we believe, Your Honor, that in fact the Rome
Could
Statute...
it have provided in 9851 that the law authorizes the President and therefore accepts, the House and the Senate accepts, that there will be complementarity, there will be an added layer in terms of these crimes?
Well, implicitly that is provided for, Your Honor, in Section 15 and Section 2 of the law, Your Honor. Because there's an enumeration there, Your Honor, of so many obligations and...
That's
arising
obligations.
from treaty,
I'm
Your
not
Honor.
referring to the obligations.
And-
There's a difference between substantive crimes and the procedure for the crimes. Is that not correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
For example,
Pag titignan nyo kasi mga kabatas natin, no? Tignan nyo kung alam na alam mo yung batas. Nadidistinguish mo talaga kung ano yung mga applicable na doctrines, applicable na cases. Hindi katulad nung ginagawa nila Falsis at saka ni Justice Carpio na ina-apply nila yung hindi applicable na batas. Pag titignan nyo dito si Justice Leonen, kino-call out niya. At pinapakita niya agad na mali ang sinasabi mo.
Enumeration there, Your Honor, of so many obligations and...
that's
arising from
obligations.
treaty, Your
I'm not
Honor.
referring to the obligations. That there will be complementarity, there will be an added layer in terms of these crimes.
Correct.
Well,
Yun yung complementarity, it's an added layer. 'Di ba? Added layer.
Implicitly, that is provided.
Kung added layer ka, ibig sabihin, hindi ka stand-alone. Nakatulad na sinasabi ni Mel Santa Maria.
For Your Honor, Section 15 and Section 2 of the law, Your Honor. Because there's an enumeration there, Your Honor, of so many obligations and
That's
arising
obligations.
from treaty, Your
I'm not
Honor.
referring to the obligations.
And-
There's a difference between substantive crimes and the procedure for the crimes. Is that not
Correct.
correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
For example, the triggers for jurisdiction. Correct?
Yes, Your
For
Honor.
example, Article 17. Correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
For example, the acceptance of the crime of aggression.
That's
15,
correct, Your Honor.
15 bis, and the following, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes.
Because the Rome
So
Statute
there
is...
are provisions in the Rome Statute which
Madaldal
were
naman
not
itong si Atty. Romel R. Bagares. Tinatanong ka lang, kung tatanong ka doon ka sasagot.
included in Republic Act 9851. Is that not correct?
Yes, because they're not necessarily really, you know.
So
Your Honor.
Republic Act
Madaldal.
9851 was produced through deliberations in the House and the Senate, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And the House and the Senate did not produce the obligation on the part of the President to follow the rule on complementarity, gravity, office of the prosecutor, and the International Criminal Court,
I
correct?
disagree, Your Honor, because all over the law, Your Honor, you have
Show me.
those provisions, Your Honor.
Show me.
Well, Your Honor,
Di ba? Yun ang maganda. Show me. Ang problema kasi dito, katulad nila Falsis, nila Mel Santa Maria, sina Lucas Bersamin, banggit sila ng banggit, but they don't show it. Ang maximum na ginawa nila, magbabanggit sila ng section, babasahin lang nila yung applicable sa kanila, hindi na nila itutuloy. Di ba?
let me refer the court, Your Honor, to...
Where is the provision on gravity? The requirement of gravity before prosecution.
Well, Your Honor, that is implicit in complementarity, Your Honor. And according to the...
Show me. In
Huli
Article
ka.
17, it is very clear under Article 17, Section D.
Huli ka, Balbon.
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct, Your Honor.
What about in 9851?
Because, Your Honor,
So the House and the Senate agreed that only these parts of the International Criminal Court will be covered by domestic legislation, correct?
because, Your Honor, that's also at the heart
Can
of
you answer my
complementarity.
question? The House and the Senate agreed that only these parts of the Rome Statute would be part
Sabi ni 801 Chris, attorney dumb question, bakit si Justice Leonen ang nagtatakal sa mga arguments na ganito, nababranda naman natuta ni Digong ito? Actually, hindi nga eh. Itong si Justice Leonen, makikita mo kung ano yung ano niya. Never na brinad natuta ni Digong itong si Justice Leonen. Ibang ano to, ibang species itong si Justice Leonen. Malilito ka sa kanya. Kasi walang kulay-kulay ito.
of domestic.
Also at the heart
Can
of
you answer my
complementarity.
question? The House and the Senate agreed that only these parts of the Rome Statute would be part of domestic legislation, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
There is no commitment under the domestic legislation to bind future generations as to another layer of a court. Is that not correct?
Well, we disagree, Your Honor. Because with respect, Your Honor, to implementing
Where in the law
obligations-
does it say that the President should bind ourselves to a additional layer?
Your Honor, may I refer, Your Honor, for instance, to the age to interpretation provided for in Section
Okay,
15.
read it. Does it say International Criminal Court? Does it accept another court?
Your Honor, Section 15 says that applicability of international law in the application of an interpretation of this act. Philippine courts...
Interpretation of the act, which means the text must already be there.
It
Where
puts-
is the text which actually says that it recognizes or allows the President to add another court?
Because, Your Honor, the RA 9851 is almost an exact copy of the Rome Statute, and the Rome Statute, Your Honor, is a
You're not
qualification-
answering my question, you're eliding my question. My question is, where in that statute, so that we finish immediately, so
Very
that
well,
we
Your
can
Honor.
go home,
Eh,
okay?
It's not there expressly, Your Honor.
Not
Huli ka, Balbon.
expressly.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
the House and the Senate did not pass. The House, representative of the people, the Senate, elected at large, passed a law which did not include portions of the Rome Statute but copied the core provisions, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes. So when the President removed the treaty or withdrew from the treaty, did it violate a law?
It did, Your Honor.
Which law?
Which one?
Many laws, Your Honor, we are parties to so many treaties, Your Honor. For instance, the four Geneva Conventions.
Which one? Which
The
convention?
four Geneva Conventions, Your Honor.
The
we
Geneva
have-
Conventions.
Yes, and
Have we withdrawn from the Geneva Conventions?
we are not, Your Honor, but all of these
Have we
conventions.
withdrawn from Protocol 1 of the Geneva
Your Honor.
Convention of 1949? Have we withdrawn from Protocol 2 of the Geneva Convention?
No, Your Honor, but our
Have we
answer.
withdrawn from the Hague Convention of 1907?
No, Your Honor.
So, what are you saying? We have also withdrawn from the Geneva Convention? Are the provisions of the Geneva
Yung
Convention
pagpapalabo mo dyan, hindi gagana.
already in Republic Act 9851?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did we withdraw 9851?
Well, that is not our
So be
answer, Your
careful,
Honor.
counsel. Don't do what a law student does. You answer the question.
We did
Okay.
not-
Don't do what a law student does. Alam niyo, pangarap ko rin yan, pumunta sa balang araw. Gagamitin ko yung C4GG para makapunta ako dito at mag-oral argument sa Supreme Court. This is the only, in my career as a lawyer, trial lawyer, ito lang yung hindi ko pa nagagawa. Marami na akong naipanalong kaso sa Supreme Court. Aim ko rin yun, nagawa ko na. Pero ito hindi ko pa nagagawa. This is one of the parang pangarap of every lawyer.
Your Honor.
The question is, what are you saying? We have also withdrawn from the Geneva Convention? Are the provisions of the Geneva Conventions already in Republic Act 9851?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did we withdraw 9851?
Well, that is not our
So be
answer, Your
careful,
Honor.
counsel. Don't do what a law student does. You answer the question.
We did
Okay.
not, Your Honor.
The question is, here we have a law
Panic.
passed by the House and the Senate. The House and the Senate, through a law, decided that only these portions of the Rome Statute will bind the Philippines. Correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Only by treaty did we add certain
Yes, Your
other
Honor.
things.
That's correct, Your Honor.
With the President withdrawing from the treaty, did the President violate this statute? Did the President withdraw from 9851?
May I
No.
qualify my answer, Your
Oh
Honor?
my goodness, simpleng-simple lang. Paano ka mag-withdraw sa 9851? Batas yan dito sa Pilipinas. Yung 9851, kung gustong mapawalang bisa yan, Congress lang ang makakagawa nun by repealing it. Ang dali-daling sagot.
Did the President
No, Your Honor.
No. So, he did not.
It did not,
What is the qualification then? Why do you need to qualify?
Your Honor.
Yes. So, that's it. Thank you.
Oh, anyway, mga kabatas natin, no, dahil gabi na rin tayo. I will start from dito. Sa mga
Requirements for justiciability. And one of them is, of course, the central to it is the actual case.
Yes.
And that the actual case must be argued by a person that is substantially and directly injured by the violation that is part of the actual controversy. So, what is your injury?
For
What is
me,
your legal injury? Are you summarily disappeared?
no, Your Honor.
You're here, right?
Yes, Your
Are you
Honor.
under any kind of threat?
No, Your Honor.
Do you speak for others who are under some kind of threat which is covered by the Rome Statute?
Yes, Your Honor.
And not as counsel, but as a party, correct?
As a party, yes, Your Honor.
So the reason why in constitutional cases The requirement is for locus standi that it must be the party that has actual injury, is so that the party can choose what kinds of claims and defenses they can raise, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, and therefore, because they are the actual parties injured, there may be certain claims and defenses which, owing to their particular circumstances, they may not want to raise, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because they are the ones that will be injured, actually, substantially, and directly, therefore, the court gives them the privilege to be able to be the ones to raise it, not some other third party. Is that not correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And by acting for, you claim that you are a party, but you are not injured.
Yes, Your Honor.
Aren't you raising theoretical questions for those who are injured or will be injured?
If I may, Your Honor,
Ito yung sinasabi niya yung locus standi. Kine-question niya yung personality ng mga petitioners. Kung pwede bang sila yung mag-petition sa korte tungkol dito.
our reason is twofold, Your Honor. First is that we are questioning the withdrawal of the Philippines from the ICC.
Yes, that's the substantive question. I'm looking at your locus standi. Because your petition enumerates advocates
Yes,
for
Your Honor.
human rights, who I deeply respect.
Yes, Your Honor.
Having been and still am, because it's in the Constitution, all of us are advocates of human rights, supposedly, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, but in terms of standing, in order to narrow the constitutional issues, and so that the rights of actually injured parties are not put in jeopardy by others who simply want to advocate. The constitutional doctrine now is that principally it must be shown that there is a personal, substantial, and direct injury, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, even though it is a public right.
Yes,
correct?
Your Honor.
Because public rights are of different kinds, right? There
Yes,
are
Your Honor.
public rights where there are corresponding duties, and the breach of the right duty correlative must be very specific, correct?
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
what duty, what right of yours has been actually, directly, personally, substantially violated?
For my right, Your Honor, I would have to
Are
concede.
you a senator of the Republic?
No, Your Honor.
So none of your prerogatives have been touched, correct?
No, Your Honor.
Yes. So what's your standing again?
For my standing, Your Honor, I have no direct injury as of yet, Your Honor. But I would have to appeal to this honorable court, Your Honor, that the withdrawal has a 1-year period based on the Rome Statute, Your Honor. And with this argument, Your Honor, even though I have not been
Yes, it's a
directly
substantive
injured, Your
argument,
Honor,
But what's your injury? What's your standing?
and this is it, Your Honor, because I have no,
You see,
because
you
of
can
the,
speak for mammals, you can speak for the public in general, but this court empowers
Yes, Your Honor.
those who have been injured to get their own counsel and appear and advise their counsel. Hanggang dito lang yung argument natin, ha?
Yes, Your
Huwag
Honor.
mong gagawin masyadong broad.
Yes,
Kasi
Your
kung
Honor.
masyadong broad, baka matamaan din ako. So, in order to specify the constitutional issues, as a function of what this court is, that is, we are not advisory in nature. We
Yes,
want to zero in and with laser precision, be able to look at the actual issues and the defenses. Or is this case premature?
with all due respect, Your Honor, it is not premature, Your
Has there
Honor,
been a
and
violation of the of genocide? Has genocide happened?
not yet, Your Honor.
Are there crimes against humanity that you have experienced?
Pag ako dito, ang sasabihin ko, pumunta ako dito para hindi mawala sa akin yung layer of protection na ina-afford ng ICC in case ako ay maging biktima ng crimes against humanity. Parang ganun, di ba?
This one is being considered at the
You
moment.
experience a crime against humanity yourself. Are you in that situation?
I have not experienced it, but I have witnessed it, Your Honor.
No, you. Of course, everybody has witnessed it.
Yes, sir.
Yun
So long-
dapat. Kasi parang laws are prospective. Diba? Ginagawa naman yung mga batas para maiwasan mangyari yung mga bagay in the future. They look towards the future. Diba?
Once there is CNN, there is, I need to mention all the media outfits, baka magalit sa akin, GMA, ABS-CBN, whatever, Rappler, etc. Correct?
Yes,
So
Your
all of
Honor.
us have witnessed it, but have you experienced it yourself?
I have
Crimes against humanity, no? What about
yes, Your Honor.
aggression?
No, Your Honor.
Not yet. Okay, so in any case, therefore, there is no direct injury on your part.
I would have to concede that there is no direct injury to my part,
Among
Your Honor.
those that are in the petition, are there personalities that have experienced direct injury?
No, Your Honor.
This organization, the Philippine
Coalition for the
Coalition
International
for-
Criminal Court, Your
Yes.
Honor.
Does it have human rights?
The organization
Does
itself
the
not.
corporation, in your view, have human rights?
Not human rights, Your Honor.
Is it incorporated?
It is incorporated, Your
It's a
Honor.
fictitious person, correct?
Yes, Your
Are you
Honor.
now taking the stand because you enumerated it as a petitioner?
Yes, Your
Are
Honor.
you taking the stand that that corporation has human rights which should be protected by this court?
No, Your Honor.
So it cannot have standing too.
Well, it has
Can it
advocacies, Your
suffer
Honor.
genocide?
It has not,
Can it
Your Honor.
suffer crimes against humanity?
No, Your Honor.
Can it suffer war crimes?
No, Your
Can
Honor.
it suffer aggression?
No, Your Honor.
No, it's a corporation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yet it's your lead petitioner.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
there is no standing too.
With all due respect, Your Honor, because
It's
of
an advocate, correct?
it is an advocate, Your Honor,
Are you
against
saying that
impunity, Your
any
Honor.
advocate can bring a case raising constitutional issues with the Supreme Court
It-
and ask the court to give an advisory opinion because they are not actually injured?
Well, it depends on the factual circumstances, Your Honor.
Okay,
And
let's go to some of the other things. What form did the withdrawal from the Rome Statute? I will just short abbreviate the
Yes, Your
title
Honor.
of the treaty as the Rome Statute. What form did that withdrawal take?
it was a letter submitted by the UN Permanent Representative.
Has it
of the
already
Philippines.
been communicated?
It has been communicated to the UN Secretary General,
In
Your Honor.
accordance with the Rome Statute,
Yes, Your Honor.
is that already valid and binding on the International Criminal Court?
It is considered, Your Honor, and it will become effective 1 year from the date of submission, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's done.
Yes, Your Honor.
The submission has been done.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you're asking for a writ of mandamus for this court to compel a co-equal organ of government, the President. A writ of mandamus, correct?
Yes, Your
By the
Honor.
way, your respondents here are the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, correct?
Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Yes,
But
Your
the
Honor.
Secretary of Foreign Affairs, if we issue a writ of mandamus to him, he will say he is not the entity that is involved, correct?
He is, Your Honor, because
He is not because it's the president.
His alter
The-
ego, right?
he is
He
the
takes
alter ego of the
instructions from
President.
somebody,
Yes,
correct?
Your Honor.
Yeah,
Who is-
but you cannot instruct the alter ego. Kasi syempre ang i-instructan mo yung presidente mismo.
Not a party to this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. In effect, are you suing the President?
We are suing, in effect, the Republic of the Philippines, represented by the President.
It's not
Since
in
the
your
President, according to the
Kaya
system,
mo, pinapalusot na lang nila, you are suing the president. But the president is immune from suit. Kaya para-paraan ito.
decisions of this honorable court is immune from suit, Your Honor.
Because if you sue the
We are-
Republic of the Philippines, it includes this court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
You're suing this court.
No, Your Honor.
That's your position.
I stand corrected, Your Honor. It is the executive branch.
The
Your
executive
Honor.
branch.
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
You want this court to issue a writ of mandamus as a matter of ministerial duty to the President to withdraw the communication it made to the International Criminal Court. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Can the court do that under our constitutional order?
Your Honor, if the court can declare void the action of
Yes.
the President,
Declaring
Your Honor.
void is one thing. But issuing a writ of mandamus to a co-equal branch of government on the basis of the interpretation that there is a ministerial duty to withdraw.
If it's void, Your Honor, our stand is
There
that
is
it should
no... The withdrawal is not a ministerial duty. Political question din yun.
be withdrawn by the
Well,
the withdrawal should be withdrawn by the President, Your Honor.
If the withdrawal has already taken effect, will it mean that to withdraw the withdrawal, follow me, to withdraw the withdrawal requires another signing by the President and accession by the, concurrence by the Senate?
Correct.
Because we're already withdrawn from the treaty, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the only thing is that it takes effect only after 1 year, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
But as far as the community now part of the International Criminal Court is concerned, the Philippines has withdrawn, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
To rejoin, it is not to withdraw the withdrawal,
Yes, Your Honor.
but it is to sign
accede.
again
Yes, Your Honor.
and
To
accede, correct?
ratify again, yeah.
So you are too late.
That is the reason why, Your Honor, we are bringing this before this honorable court,
Yes,
Your
but
Honor.
it has already been communicated.
That's correct, Your Honor,
Yes.
but
So
the 1
it's
year,
either that you are premature or you are too late.
not yet, Your Honor, because the 1 year period has not yet lapsed, Your Honor.
Well, but it has already been a completed act of foreign policy, which is that there is a communication, and to the international community, there is no defect, correct?
That's correct, Your
Yes,
Honor.
it is only amongst us in the Philippines that you claim that there is a defect.
Yes, Your Honor.
And to the international community, we are already withdrawn,
That's correct, Your
correct?
Honor.
And by international law, in order to go back to that treaty, according to its provisions, the Rome Statute, there needs to be a signing again and a concurrence, according to you, the two steps.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, so you're too late.
And this is precisely, Your Honor, why we are asking this honorable court to rule for the certiorari and mandamus, Your Honor, so that before the 1 year period has lapsed, with the ICC, Your Honor,
Who
then
represents
it
us
can
in
be
foreign policy?
withdrawn, Your Honor. The President,
The
Your
President.
Honor. Yes, Your
So
Honor.
when the court issues a writ of mandamus, do we give it to the International Criminal Court?
No, Your Honor. It
It
is
will
given.
embarrass the head of state, correct?
That's correct,
It
Your
will
Honor.
embarrass our foreign policy, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because then there will be a confusion. Who is the representative? Look at it from the point of view of other countries. Who is the representative of the Philippines? Is it its head of state, the president? Now there is the Supreme Court of the Republic of the Philippines giving to us a decision which says, do not mind what the president did. Correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Quintessentially a political question. Correct?
No, Your Honor. Because again, Your Honor, if the President, when we go to the
Cañada
substantive
versus
issue, Your
Cuenco,
Honor,
citing Baker versus Carr. If there is any question which causes embarrassment in terms of diplomacy or foreign policy, correct?
that's correct, Your
Yes.
Honor.
And unless you can cite another case involving foreign policy where this court has issued a writ of mandamus as your president. The precedent now is those are quintessentially matters of belonging to politics, to the state, to the political organ, correct?
Correct, Your Honor. But with all due respect, Your Honor, going to the substantive matter, Your Honor,
If the president does not comply with the writ of mandamus, what happens?
we have a stalemate, Your Honor.
Yes, so what happens in terms of the International Criminal Court?
If it is not withdrawn by the
You will
President,
go
Your
there
Honor,
as the Philippine coalition and ask the entire international community to make a ruling on our constitutional issues, correct?
no, Your Honor.
No. So what happens?
We will have a stalemate, Your Honor. It will still go, with regard to the Philippines, Your Honor, it will have a stalemate, but with regard
Has
to the
this court
international
ever issued a
processes,
writ of mandamus against the President of the Republic?
none that I am aware of, Your Honor.
Why is that?
Because the President is with discretionary powers with regard to the exercise of his presidential prerogative,
And you are
Your Honor.
citing the case of Pimentel versus Executive Secretary, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Which was cited not by you, but
By the respondents.
The respondents, correct?
Yes, Your
Where
Honor.
this court clearly said that a writ of mandamus may not lie because it's discretionary, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, but again, the facts and issues of that case is
How long will the
different.
President serve?
6 years, Your Honor.
6 years. When is the end of term of the current President?
2021, Your Honor. If I'm,
No, huwag mong paagain naman.
22, Your Honor.
2022.
2022, Your Honor.
Solicitor General. Okay. 2022, correct?
That's
That
correct,
is
Your Honor.
3-4 years from now, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Is it possible that the next president takes on a different policy, signs the statute, the treaty, and gives it again to the Senate?
That would be possible, Your Honor.
Yes. So isn't the solution to this case political rather than legal?
On one hand, arguably, you could say it's that can we
If
can also
it is
have a political.
possible that
It is
can be
possible, Your
political,
Honor. It
should
is
this
possible.
court rule?
Yes, Your Honor. Because again, with regard to Section 21, Article 7 of the Constitution, Your Honor, we are basing that the withdrawal should also have the concurrence of the Senate, Your Honor. And even if there is
We'll go to that later. There is a claim on verbal lehis, and perhaps we can examine that later. But I'm just asking you, if there is a political solution, okay, and this court wants to avoid having to issue a writ of mandamus to a co-equal branch of government, isn't the proper action of the court, legally and constitutionally, in view of its state stature within the constitutional order, to defer?
I would say, Your Honor, that in general cases, a political solution is advisable, Your Honor. But in this particular case, since what we are talking about as well are protection for victims of the most serious international crimes, Your Honor, I would say that
Are we
have to go
withdrawing from
into-
Republic Act 9851?
We are not, Your Honor.
Is the letter of the President served on the International Criminal Court effectively saying that Republic Act 9851 is no longer valid?
No, Your Honor.
What about Republic Act 9745?
Not, no,
What is
no, Your
Republic
Honor.
Act 9745?
It is the Anti-Torture Act of 2007, Your Honor.
What about Republic Act 7438?
No, Your Honor.
What is Republic Act 7438?
It is the Republic Act governing custodial investigation and
Yes.
interrogation, Your Honor.
And what about Republic Act 1035?
Hindi ko alam yung mga 10353, yung mga ganyan. Hindi ko memorize yung mga numbers.
No, Your Honor.
What is
It
that Republic Act?
Anti-Enforced Disappearance Act, Your
Yes,
Honor.
you see, I know that you know because you're from the Ateneo Human Rights Center. I suppose you've memorized these laws, correct?
Almost, Your Honor.
Almost, yes. Can you now recite? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. The Constitution, in Article 2, Section 11, what does it say?
To paraphrase, Your Honor, international agreements form part of the law of the land.
Article 2, Section 11. This is the favorite of the Solicitor General. The state values the dignity of every human person and guarantees full respect for human rights. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, so it is in the Constitution. that there is protection at that highest level of the dignity of every human person and the guarantee for full respect of human rights. Is that not correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, and you have all of these laws. By the way, do you remember Article 124 of the Revised Penal Code?
Is it on the arbitrary detention, Your
Yes,
Honor?
so there are periods, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And there are penalties, correct?
That's correct,
Along
Your
with the other Republic Acts that I mentioned, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Most important of all, Republic Act 9871, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, okay. Now, are our courts functioning?
They are, Your Honor.
In fact, the Supreme Court,
Ito
we
yung maganda. Are courts functioning?
recently ruled under the able ponentia of Justice Reyes, the first Reyes, Andy Reyes, Genuino versus De Lima, protecting the right to travel. Is that not correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And in Spark versus Quezon City, qualifying the power of the local governments to issue curfew ordinances under the able ponentia of Justice Bernabe, correct?
That's correct, Your
Again,
Honor.
protecting human rights. Also under Justice Bernabe, Garcia versus Drilon, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Remember that case. The right for women to continue with the remedies under VAUSI, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, and Estipona versus Regional
Okay. Putulin ko na muna yung masarap pakinggan. Kaya lang alam ko marami inaantok dito. So, yung part 2 nito, bukas na lang. Maraming parts naman ito eh. Isa na lang yung live stream na gagawin natin ngayon kasi nga naantala. Okay? Yung susunod na lang, yung pang-5,